G'day, it's Matt here. I'm going to quickly walk you through a JotForm tutorial on how to use some pretty cool little date functions. What we're going to do is we're going to step through how we can choose the date as we have here and have the day of the week populated, and we can also count back 2 days. Now I'll explain the rationale behind this. This is the date that the rent is due. This is the date the rent is encouraged to be paid so that it can make its way from the depositor's account into the payment account. So that gives the clearing time an opportunity to go through. So let's walk through how we've got this function to fire this and then automatically calculate that and then that. So we're going to go into our JotForm Build first, and in our JotForm Build what we've got is dates setup. Come into the settings and you can see here that the options have already been chosen as just a normal date. That's all that we need to do with the date picker there. But I've got a first date picker and the second date picker, exactly the same setup there as far as the options goes. Nothing else about that that's tricky. This is where the trickiness starts to come in. So it's a text field that's being used, which is going to include the day and date as the instruction. And when we go into options, you need to turn input mask on, and I'll include this little snippet in the description, the asterisks and the commas. They're going to be very important. That has also been applied into the 2 days earlier option here when we go to options, and the input mask has been turned on there as well. The next step, once you've got that set up, is to come into settings, and in settings you go into conditions. Now we're going to have our first condition is, in this case, it's the next fortnightly rent due is filled. We're going to calculate the field. To get this date string function, you click on the functions option down the bottom here, and you can search for that by typing in date. It's this one that I've chosen here, which is date string, and I've selected that. Now I'm going to delete all of this and I'll show you how I've gone about getting this content inside there. Let's just take that all out, backspace it all out. Function, date, choose the date string. The cursor is inside the brackets there, as you can see. I'm going to add a field, and the field that I want to add in there is the date that we're pulling from, which is this one here, and that's all I need to do there. And then make sure that populates into the next section there, number 14, which is our day and date option there. That's pretty much all I've done there. Now I've cloned that by going into settings and then clone, and that's given me the option to have a second one here. And if you can click on that one, you'll see that we've replicated it, but we've changed it from 13, which is the next fortnight rent due date, to 15, the 2 days. It's filled, calculate the field, same thing with the function, the date string, and I've selected the same calendar date picker as what I've got up the top here. And I'm going to populate that into the 2 days earlier function there. Let's discard any changes there. Now the other thing that I have done here is also I have put in this case here, another update calculate field. If the fortnightly rent due date is filled, I want this to calculate from field 13 to populate data into field 15, but minus 2 days, which is going to give us our 2 day lead time for that to be able to go in there. And you don't need to worry about the Trello part there. I'll talk about that on another one, because you can actually link Trello into JotForm and you can use the email rules with that one. So that has effectively given us the ability in this situation to choose the date that we want to have in the calendar. And we'll go to September as an example, and we'll choose September the 19th. And we can see that it's already given us the day of the week as Thursday as calculated, and it's pulled it 2 days backwards, which will give us Tuesday, September the 17th. Hopefully that helps. See you in the next video.